Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. After 3 days of grinding, I have finally unlocked the Robot Legs Maul skin. In this video we shall discuss the most controversial skin in the game. From the grind required to exploring what ways you can get this done as fast as possible, you won't want to miss the legend that is the Darth Maul Old Master skin. Everyone's experience with this skin has been different, but there has been one common problem: the 5,000 kills required. We are going to be analysing this challenge and looking how I unlocked it myself, plus some other bits, so make sure you watch until the end of the video, as I would love to hear your experience on the matter too. Throughout this video, there will be gameplay in the background that will just be me mindlessly killing bots as Palpatine in co-op, but more on that later on in the video. Firstly, I want to address the requirement to complete this challenge and unlock the skin. For weeks, it was a huge meme in the Battlefront community because 5,000 kills with just Darth Maul seemed absolutely absurd. It was tough for a lot of people for various reasons. Not everybody has more than an hour or so per day to play games, and so many people were just hogging Maul non-stop. This led to a lot of frustration, as you could finally get enough battle points for Maul only to have someone hog Maul for the entire game. It just was not worth the hassle, and the community demanded change. I'm going to just inject my opinions right here on the matter and say that from the get-go, I was fine with this being a grind. Why, you may ask? Well, there are a few reasons. Given that this was the final challenge to come to the game, and I don't care to own some 3D digital model immediately, like I can wait for it, I was okay casually playing the game like usual and steadily making progress when I played as Maul in Heroes vs Villains, without thinking about it. In video games, you play to earn something. Not everything should be given to you on a plate right here, right now, as soon as it does release. I've never, ever understood why people in this community have been mad at DICE, even back with the previous game in 2015, at DICE putting cosmetics behind challenges or credits. They want them straight away and it doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you there to play for? What are you playing to unlock if they weren't behind a challenge or credits? Having said that, the option to pay a huge amount of credits for this skin would have been good in my opinion for those that can't play games much. I was happy to wait and get the skin months later without forcing myself to play hours upon hours, but that is just my opinion. If, let's say, for example, the skin cost 250,000 credits, I would have paid that amount given that I had over 500,000 spare and I couldn't buy anything else. Some people got this challenge done after playing for hours and hours and hogging Maul, and congrats to them, but some of us took it nice and easy. Over a month or so after this challenge did release, DICE did change the challenge requirement so all kills with villains count, not just Maul. This made the challenge substantially easier. 5,000 kills is still a huge grind, but it meant that hero hogging was not a problem anymore, and it allowed anyone in co-op to play as a villain and get progress towards them because it allows up to 4 heroes in the 4-player co-op mode. This meant there was less of a fear of missing out progress, and this was a great thing. Still, this final challenge should have been somewhat difficult as the game had nothing else new coming to offer. There is an issue with this skin which takes me onto the next section of this video. It was not everything we wanted. The legs and lightsaber are amazing, the modelling work is incredible, but Maul's face was not aged at all, and ultimately, more people wanted the Crimson Dawn Maul or the Clone Wars robot legs and torso. DICE were evidently running out of time, and I'm sure corners were cut due to this. For example, this is probably why Maul's face was not changed, but with this skin not looking as good as people had hoped, they were rightly underwhelmed. And the grind just did not seem worth it, given this was the reward. Also, there is a bug that could easily be fixed, which is still annoying to me. The wrong weathering map was applied to the legs, so taking one step on maps like Kessel or Tatooine covers the robot's legs in dirt or sand on Mos Eisley, for example. There is a simple mod that fixes this, but for console players, they are going to have to live with this forever because there won't be another Battlefront 2 patch. Let's move on to my personal grind experience to get this skin. A few weeks ago, I had the idea to make this video instead of waiting many more months to casually unlock this skin, so I set aside several hours over 3 days to get it done. I already had around 600 kills of progress, but there was still a huge mountain to climb. I went to the Empire era co-op and chose the Officer as my battle point gainer class with these star cards. If I did not get killed, I would get 4,000 battle points in a minute or so, and then I would pick Palpatine. At first, I did not change my Palpatine star cards, so I forgot honestly, but for the most part, I used these three. This allowed me to chain lightning so many bots near their spawns, or whenever I needed some distance kills. I found Iden, Vader and Maul to not be good for getting streaks over 70 or 80 in short games. Bosk was good for maps like Endor where longer range is needed, but for the most part I stuck with Palpatine. Jabba's Palace, Death Star 2 and Kessel were the most fun to play on and allowed for some insane streaks. I was averaging 80 to 100 kills per game, although some games were super short. For example, they were stopping in the first phase, which was really annoying. My biggest streak was on Death Star 2, where I got 2 130 kill streaks in just the first 2 or 3 phases. At times on these maps, it was kind of fun, but it was also tiring, boring, draining and painful, especially on maps like Endor. My fingers were in pain at some point, and I just had enough by the second day, but I persevered onwards. And I just never liked killing bots in games like this. I never really liked PvE experiences, and this just continues to make me super bored. To change things up a little bit, I used weapons I have barely used in the game to unlock the remaining outstanding attachments I hadn't got yet. Once I completed the officer side, I switched to the heavy class for the final day. In my grind, I also found some funny glitches, which I had not seen before, which I found to be amusing. My last day was on Wednesday, meaning Triple XP took my Palpatine from like level 80 through to level 190 something, which is just insane. If you are wanting to do this challenge, make sure you do it on Wednesdays to take full advantage of Triple XP, but if you don't do it on Wednesdays, there is double XP now on Saturday and Sundays, so you're not going to be missing out there either. So after being bored and tired for 3 days straight, was this grind worth it for the skin? No, it really wasn't at all, but I did get to make this video which I found fun to put together, excluding the gameplay grind of course. At least now I can play as Maul in this skin and stand out from the crowd. I've honestly not seen many people use this skin on Darth Maul, at least on PC, which is a shame. I was expecting more people, but hey, it just means whenever I'm going to be playing as Darth Maul in Heroes vs Villains, I'm going to look good. Not really, it's just going to show people I grinded for this skin. That is 3 days of my life I won't be getting back, but anything to make a good video, right? So that closes a chapter in my Star Wars Battlefront 2 career. It's taught me new things and wasted my time, but all in the name of making this video for your entertainment. I'd love to hear your own experience with this skin by commenting down below how you got it, if you haven't got it already, or any other opinions and details. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really appreciate it, and if you enjoyed this video please do subscribe if you haven't already, and turn notifications on so you don't miss any future videos. Drop a like to support the channel, thank you so much, and check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.